Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais Rigathi Gachagua na Mama Pastor Dorcas Gachagua, Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu Mbete, waziri wetu Aisha Jumwa, magavana ambao wako hapa, balozi wa Amerika, all our guests from locally and internationally, wamama wa Nairobi na wamama wa Kenya mzima. Bwana asifiwe. God is good all the time, and that's his nature. Asante. Your Excellency, I recognize the presence of leaders, female leaders, but also male leaders. Here amongst us we have the Member of Parliament, who is the host, the Member of Parliament for Starehe, anaitwa Amos Mwago, ambaye ako na sisi hapa. Asante sana. Also, we have our women representative for Nairobi County, Mama County, Esther Passaris, ambaye ako hapa na sisi na wabunge na maseneta ambao watatambuliwa. Your Excellency, it's a pleasure to see very many distinguished and talented people here today, and an honor to be your host. Karibuni Kanairo, karibuni Nairobi, karibuni tena. And a special welcome, of course, to our visitors from abroad. Now, I want to especially thank you, Your Excellency, William Ruto and the Deputy President, and Pastor Dorcas for being here. It is a measure of the seriousness with which your government takes the task of raising up the women of Kenya that you have joined us today for this celebration. Your Excellency, let me start with a story. The year is 1955. After a spell in Uganda, Grace Ogot, as she was later to become, had just received the offer for a scholarship for further studying in nursing in the United Kingdom. She went home to ask her parents for permission. While they thought about it, news came that a neighbor in the village was going through difficult labor. Grace left, went to the neighbor's home, and the child was delivered safely. Her family, that was persuaded by this demonstration of her skill, gave her their blessing. Grace Ogot went on in May 1955 to become the first Kenyan state-certified midwife to be trained in England, served in Kenya, and when she returned, she was later elected Member of Parliament, then served as an assistant minister. I know a few examples, better examples, of the transformative power of education and knowledge. Grace Ogot's education freed her and led her to serve her country through a long and productive life. The story of Grace Ogot needs to be the story of Jane Kigo of Dandora, needs to be the story of Washiko, needs to be the story of Akinyi in Kibera, it needs to be the story of many more of our women. Your Excellency, our theme this year is transformation for gender equity through technology and digital education. We can make that theme our own by reflecting on Grace Ogot's own life and asking how we, especially those in leadership, in Parliament, in the assemblies, in the Senate, can make it possible for more of our young Kenyan women to make the sort of difference that Grace Ogot made in 1955. The first thing we might take from the story of Grace Ogot is that she was given the opportunity to learn a badly needed technical skill. Today, Your Excellency, not enough of our young girls are able or given the opportunity to learn technical skills in school. We must give our young girls the opportunity to do so, to gain the experience in technology that they need to make their way in the world. As it happens, Your Excellency, right here in Nairobi, we have a number of programs to close gender gaps in technology. But let me single out Akira, for instance. For the praise over the years, they've reached out to girls across the country. They've taught them the skills they need to make a start in ICT, and they've asked the beneficiaries to pay the favor forward by mentoring and helping others. What we leaders need to do is to expand that model. We can encourage the partnerships with universities and with colleges and industry to make sure that these programs are possible. We can help with infrastructure, and we can change policy to ease the burden of opening and running these programs. Your Excellency, in Nairobi County, we're especially interested with the partnerships. I know, for instance, that the UN Women is partnering with Siemens, under which girls are taught to code and to become software developers. Your Excellency, that program also supplies equipment. It is touching a few, but it is important for us to expand such efforts to make sure that we move not to hundreds, but thousands of girls, especially girls in the informal settlements of Nairobi, Your Excellency. One can hope that each county, and I'm glad we have a number of our governors who are here, will seek out a set of private sector partners willing to offer opportunities to say 500 girls a year. We need to be ambitious, we need to grow it. Ladies and gentlemen, the path to equity is clear. We need to close gender gaps in ICT. Your Excellency, the women who are here before you are the backbone of the development of our country. In Nairobi County, for instance, Your Excellency, we have community health volunteers who are the front line of healthcare, the primary healthcare. So far, we have 7,460, and I'm proud that Nairobi is the first county that has fully engaged them and pays them a stipend. Your Excellency, we are grateful that you promised us as the Council of Governors that you're going to match what the counties do so that we can have more CHVs getting money. Ile pesa tunapatia CHVs, tukiwalipa vizuri wafanye hiyo kazi kule mashinani, inapunguza ile pesa tunatumia kwa mahospitali, Your Excellency. Na wengi wao CHVs, Your Excellency, ni hawa akina mama. So, si ni kweli? Your Excellency, tumenunua madawa. Kama Nairobi saizi hakuna hospitali haina dawa, tumenunua madawa ya milioni 224. Tukiweka pesa kwa hawa akina mama waweze kuchunga hayo madawa, na wanajua nyumba gani iko na shida gani. Wanajua hii nyumba kuna shida ya TB, hii nyumba kuna shida ya pressure, hii nyumba tukifanya na hao pesa tunaweka kwa afya itapungua. Your Excellency, pia tuko na mradi ambao tumepanga kufanya ya kusafisha mji wa Nairobi. Tayari tumetangaza kwa gazeti ile ya kuandika vijana na kina mama 3,000, tunaambia wa apply. Zaidi ya hiyo, mimi na wewe na serikali ya kitaifa, vijana na kina mama 12,750 ilikuwa 10,000 ukaongeza 12,750 ya hawa kina mama na vijana. Ukiwapatia nafasi, ukiwapatia vifaa na ukiwapatia chapa, tulisema pesa mfukoni, Nairobi itang'ara. So tunakuomba uendelee kutushikilia. Ya mwisho, Your Excellency, unakumbuka wakati nilikuwa mbunge, ilikuwa mwaka wa 2015, nilileta mswada bungeni ambao ilisema 30% ya biashara zote zipewa kina mama, vijana na wale wanaoishi na ulemavu. 30%. Ile agpo mimi ndo nileta nikiwa mbunge. Inasikitisha ya kwamba serikali ya kitaifa na maserikali za county, ukiona wale wamama wanapatiwa, sio hawa, si hawa, ni wadosi. Si ni kweli? Ukiona wale vijana wanapatiwa, sio vijana wa mtaa ama wale vijana maskini, ni vijana wanaojiweza. Your Excellency, nakuomba kupitia executive order, kwa sababu najua umefanya performance contracting na mawaziri wako. Katika performance contracting ongeza 30%. Kwa sababu sheria inasema kila miezi 6, Public Procurement Disposal Act, every 6 months, every procuring entity must give a report to Parliament, to the committee in charge of equalization of opportunities, of how many contracts and business opportunities wamepatia vijana. Hiyo haijawahi fanyika.